Would you be so kind to introduce yourselves for the record, please?
Secretary Minister of Industries, Tilaka Jayasundara.
Pulmali Prematilaki Import and Export Controller General.
Bianca Gamage, Additional Director General, Department of Fiscal Policy.
Tanuja, Deputy Director, BOI.
Gamlat, Senior Deputy Director, Board of Investment.
Shama Hera, Director Legal of BOI.
Policy Rath, Executive Director, BOI.
Fernando, CFO, Minister of Industry.
Namaka, Director, Ministry of Industry.
Chaminda Bhattacharya, Additional Secretary, Minister of Industry.
Mahisha Besekar, Additional Secretary of Industry. Kasam Fernando, Deputy Control, Import and Export.
Santa Gunasekara, Director, Trade Investment and Policy Department.
Virat Fernando, Deputy Director, BOI.
Thank you very much. What we have today are two orders and a regulation, honorable members, that we have to approve. The first one is an order under the Strategic Development Projects Act. We would like the chairman of the BOI to explain to us, please. Given on the one hand, we are trying to increase revenue and taxing everybody left, right and center, you are asking us to give a tax holiday to a company for 12 years, including VAT, dividend tax, PAL, cess, income tax, corporate income tax on employment and all of that. So we would really need a justification as to why you are requesting this, because given the background. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Minister.
Just one moment, please. I have to make a house announcement. We are being recorded. We are in room number 5. Everything is recorded as we speak. It's not broadcast, but it is recorded. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Honorable Minister Dr. Harsha De Silva and the members of the Committee of Public Financing, certainly I am more than happy to answer these questions. Let me give a little bit of background with this organization called HCL Technologies, because I want you to understand the big picture of the HCL Technologies before I give you what's the reason that we want them to be here and giving such a big tax holiday for them. HCL Technologies Lanka Limited is a fully owned subsidiary of HCL Technology in India. It is the parent company is among the top 20 largest public traded companies in India, with a market capitalization about $21.5 billion as of May 2019. As of July 2020, the company alone, its subsidiaries, had consolidated annual revenue of $10 billion. The company has offices in 44 countries, so 159 employees, and its customers, including 250 of the Fortune 500 and 650 of the Global 2000 companies.
Standard stuff.
Yeah, so what I want to make a point here, I think, such a large organizations, and this is a parent company, but even to have them coming in here, their representation in Sri Lanka is going to follow the IT sector here. We are trying to, if you look at the strategic development goals, strategic development goals that was gazetted some time back, there are 3 reasons why we should attract companies here.
Just a moment. Secretary, will you tell us if under the IMF agreement you are going to continue the Strategic Development Act?
So, after the agreement, it may be a
No.
no.
So why are you asking for things under the SDP now?
Sir?
So if you are going to get rid of the SDP Act, why are you asking for massive tax reductions, tax exemptions under the SDP? Is it just to?
No, this was requested a long time ago, 2018, I think.
Yeah, so the question, gentlemen,
2020,
the issue really, the committee, I'm just speaking to the committee, the requirement is, as you know, we have sent all this information to you, they are asking for tax exemptions up to 12 years, all tax. Now we know that export companies are going to be taxed at 30% with the IMF agreement. Okay? And weeks prior to that, now we are requesting under the IMF agreement, as far as we know, we haven't been, maybe the secretary can, deputy secretary can enlighten us. What we understand is that even export companies will be taxed at 30%. Right? If that is the case, I want to know, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Deputy Secretary, if that is coming, you already signed the staff level agreement. You are coming to us now and asking for 12 years tax holidays for a particular company. Now, what I want you to justify is why and on what specific basis are you requesting us to do this?
Well, this particular company stands out among the big giants in the world, and if you were to have them here, yeah.
Answer that question. I have one line question.
There are other reasons too, if I may.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Excuse me, sir. I have one line question because I am not an economist. I am asking you, they are coming as a big Fortune 500 company. What will be their investment? What will be the tax if we tax them as normal? Okay, there is an X amount. We are foregoing that. Okay, that foregoing amount, is that worth by bringing, are you sure that foregoing amount is worth for us because there will be other investment following? Now you are giving me a quantitative, just a qualitative statement.
No,
This is exactly how things have happened.
No, absolutely. Let me tell you, I didn't get your name here, Mr. Chairman. This investment is, when you look at it, 10.25. I asked the same question.
Yes.
It's not from me. Previously my predecessor has approved this thing. But I had to defend this argument. He's here. It's only 10.25. We normally, the BOI approved projects, IT projects, it's only 150,000 US
Mr. Chairman,
dollars.
let me be
That's
direct
the
with you.
threshold.
Mr. Chairman, we have sat in this committee for now number of years. Somebody came and told us that they are going to reduce taxes, right? And then, that there would be, massive growth that would happen after the tax reduction. Now there is acceptance that there was no proper analysis before that tax reduction was done. And the state coffers lost about 500 to 600 billion rupees. And that perhaps was the catalyst to this catastrophe that we are facing today. The Honorable MP, Dr. Suren Raghavan, is asking you a simple question. What is the tax that you are going to forego if they were taxed at the current rate as opposed to the tax rate that is going to be introduced by you, which is 30%? How much are you going to forego is the question. Yes.
Sir, can I answer, sir? Sir, now
Please.
these services are tax 0% tax, sir. So there is no foregone as at present, sir.
Now, the question
think-
is, let me rephrase this. Could the Deputy Secretary tell us here, is there a move to shift the taxes from 0% to 30% for exporters?
I can't remember the exact amount in the currently. No, it's next year. The answer now, I think sir, I am income tax law එකේදී 30% වෙනවා.
ඒක තමයි දැන් මේ ඉන්කම් ටැක්ස් ලෝ එක මම අහන්නේ සරල ප්‍රශ්නයක්.
Export එක. All right, sir. 0 to 30% වෙනවා.
ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මම එන සතිය ඇවිල්ලා IT කම්පැනියක් පටන් ගත්තොත් ඕගොල්ලෝ මට 130ක් බදු ගහනවානේ.
ඔව් සර්, නොවැම්බර් පළවෙනිදා ඉඳන් සර්.
නොවැම්බර් 1 ඉඳලා 130ක් බදු ගහනවා. එක්ස්පෝර්ටර්ස් වල බදු ගහනවා 130ක්. දැන් මේකේ එග්‍රී වෙලා තියෙන IMF එකත් එක්ක. ස්ටාෆ් ලෙවල් එකේ.
SDP ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් විදිහට සර් ජනවාරි 18 මේ අවුරුද්දේ ගැසට් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකට අදාළ එක මේ යන්නේ සර්.
නෑ මට නියෝජ්‍ය ලේකම්තුමා දැනගන්න ඕනේ මේකයි. අපිට ආණ්ඩුවේ ප්‍රතිපත්තියත් එක්ක අපි තර්ක කරන්නේ නැහැ. හරි අපි කොමිටුව හැටියට අපිට ඔබතුමන්ලා ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න ඕනේ ජස්ටිෆයි කරන්න ඕනේ. රාඝවන් ගරු මන්ත්‍රීතුමා අහපු ප්‍රශ්නෙට අපිට උත්තරයක් ඕනේ. ඒ උත්තරේ ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි නැවතත් සිංහලෙන් අහන්න. මේ ටැක්ස් බ්‍රේක් එක නිසා රජයට අහිමි වන බදු ප්‍රමාණය කොපමණද? ඒක කියන්න. එච්චරයි අහන්නේ. දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ BOI එකේ මේක ඇනලිසිස් එකක් කරලා ඇතිනේ. 10 මිලියන් ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරනවා ඩොලර්ස්. ඒකෙන් මෙච්චර රැකියා නිර්මාණය කරනවා. මෙච්චර ටර්නෝවර් එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙච්චර ප්‍රොෆිට් එකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට 130ක් බද්දක් ගැහුවා නම් මෙච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් ලැබෙන්න ඕන. ඒ ප්‍රමාණය කීයද අවුරුදු 12කට?
Well, I am unable to answer that question. It's a good question, I understand that. But however, I want to say
We will
this
not
is-
do this. I am going to put my foot down. Hereafter, don't come here if you don't know the answer to a simple question.
Well, I think if it
No,
is a 1
Mr.
billion...
Chairman, Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman, let me, I'm speaking.
I-
You are asking for a tax break, no?
Yes,
Right.
yes. Uh-huh.
You are asking for a 12-year tax break for a particular company called HCL. You are trying to justify saying that it has global clients, it is it is in the stock market, all of that. All that is granted. We also know the local, they are partnering with John Keel's Holdings, which is an absolutely stellar company. One of the best companies in Sri Lanka, and we have absolutely no issue. In fact, we want to support companies like John Keel's and others to bring these investments. But please try to understand our predicament. The Public Finance Committee's job is to actually get an analytical clarification from you. We are asking a simple question. What is the foregone tax? So if you don't know what the foregone tax is, how do you expect us to give you this?
Well, at the moment, I am unable to answer it, but I am sure the finance ministry normally work with the
No,
BOI
the finance
to get these
ministry is-
numbers.
What upon finance ministry here? We have called you here. You should know
Yes.
how to justify.
Well, I can justify in different ways, I think. This is probably 30, well, when we look at it, 30% of a revenue, then obviously,
Not revenue, Mr. Chairman, profits.
Yeah, profits.
You don't tax
is 30
revenue, you tax
Yeah,
profits.
so if it is 30% of a profit, I am sure these companies are into making money, and 30% of revenue,
You are the
still we have
chairman,
70% retaining.
Yes, yes. Yes, please, go ahead.
So, as of now, this project has already been approved under Section 17. Now, since the approval time, Strategic Development Project Act was suspended and they couldn't get that benefit. So, after the suspension is lifted, then they have applied. Now, at the moment, the duty foregone, we are giving them custom duty-free facility to import project-related imports. That's for now. They have been approved since 2020. 68 million rupees custom duty foregone.
Right, add all that. You have asked for 5 things. You have asked for corporate income tax, exemption for 12 years, and for the next 5 years, 50% of the prevailing rate. How much is the estimated loss to the government?
So since the income tax is zero, we couldn't calculate any foregone.
No, it doesn't matter, no.
Right.
You put it in the model. You put your model. Obviously, HCL is a global company. You said Fortune 500 company. John Keel's is Sri Lanka's #1 company. They would have given you a report, no? They would have given you a proposal. This is how much we are going to generate revenue. This is how much our profits are. So how much is all what we want? We don't want to stop this. We want this to go ahead. Right? Please don't misunderstand me. All what we want to know is the facts. Okay, we know, we will tell Parliament, look, the cost of this to the taxpayer, the loss to the treasury is, let's say 100 million rupees or 200 million or 500 million. But that's okay because we are going to create so many jobs. We are going to bring in investments. Right? We are going to, take Sri Lanka to the next level. Further investments will come. But this is the benefit. This is the cost. Without saying, look, we don't know how much we are going to lose. Is it fair by the people of this country who has to pay 250 rupees for a loaf of bread? 300 rupees for a loaf of bread to say, no, we are giving these big companies this much tax break, but we really don't even bother to find out how much it is? I don't think that is fair by the people.
No, I think it's a very fair question. I totally agree with you, and I'm willing to get that numbers for you ready. Maybe
You can
with the
come
next
back
meeting.
on. You can come back on.
The
No,
earliest.
I'm not going to. Members, are you willing to agree to this without these answers?
සභාපතිතුමා ඒත් එක්කම මම හිතන්නේ මෙතන තියෙන වැරද්ද තියෙන්නේ දැන් එක කම්පැනි එකකට මේක දෙන එකයි වැරද්දින. අපේ පොලිසි එක වෙන්න ඕනේ 500 මිලියන් ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරනවා නම් මෙන්න ටැක්ස් බෙනිෆිට් එක. 100 මිලියන් නම් මේ. එතකොට මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ නෑ. නමුත් මේක වෙන වෙනම කම්පැනිස් වලට වෙන වෙනම දෙන්න ගියපුවාම තමයි සැකයක් හිතෙන්නේ හැමදේම හිතෙන්නේ. හැබැයි අපේ ස්ට්‍රැටජි එක වෙන්න ඕනේ කම්පැනිස් ටික ගෙන්න ගන්න එක නම් අපි ඒකට බෙනිෆිට් එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි ඒකට අපේ amount එකක් තියාගන්න ස්ලැබ්ස් ටිකක් හදාගන්න වෙනවා. මෙන්න මේ ගාන ආවොත් ඔය පැකර් ගේන්න ගිහලත් ඕකමනේ උනේ. පැකර් මාකට් කරන්න ගියානේ. හැබැයි පැකර් මාකට් කරන්න නැතුව එන ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එක මාකට් කරා නම් පැකත් මෙහි ඉන්නවා. ඒ නිසා දැන් හරි මේවා හැදෙන්න ඕනකම තියෙන්නේ ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන amount එක මත මොකක්ද අපිට දෙන්න පුළුවන් බෙනිෆිට් එක. ඒකෙදි හැබැයි ස්පෙෂලායිස් කරාට කමක් නැහැ. අපි IT සෙක්ටර් එක දියුණු කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා නම් IT සෙක්ටර් එකට වැඩියෙන් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ හදනවා මිසක් එහෙම නැතුව මේ එක කම්පැනි එකෙන් කම්පැනි එකට බලන්න ගියපුවානේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒවා යෝජනා කරනවා ඉදිරියේදී මේ ගැන බලනවා වගේම අපි මේක යෝජනා කරන්න කියලා.
දැන් මෙහෙමයි ගරු ඇමතිතුමා මේ ක්‍රමෝපාය සංවර්ධන පනත අහෝසි කරන්න තමයි යෝජනා කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකට හේතුව තමයි ඔබතුමා කියපු කාරණාව. ඒකට ඇමතිවරයාට සම්පූර්ණ බලය දෙනවා Tamanට ඕන කෙනෙක්ට මේක දෙන්න. හරි, එතකොට ඒක නීත්‍යානුකූලව එතන ප්‍රශ්නයක් පැන නගිනවා. ඔබතුමා කියන ඒ සමස්ත equitable system එක හැමෝටම apply වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක discretion එක වැඩි ඇමතිවරයාට. ඉතින් ඒක තමයි මේක අයින් කරන්න හදන්නේ. හැබැයි එතනට එහා ගිය ප්‍රශ්නයක් දැන් මතුවලා තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි සියලුම කම්පැනි වලට 130ක් බදු ගහන්න හදනවා. එතකොට දැන් මම අහන්නේ ඩෙපිටි සෙක්‍රටරි ඔබතුමාගෙන් දැන් අපි හිතමු අපි මේක දුන්නා කියලාද? හරි මේක අප්‍රූව් කරා කියමු. ඒතර අප්‍රූව් කරාම පාර්ලිමේන්තුව හෙට සම්මත කරා කියමු. එතකොට මේ HCL කියන ආයතනයේට අවුරුදු 17ක් ටැක්ස් ගෙවන්න ඕනේ නැහැ සම්පූර්ණ. අවුරුදු 12ක් ටැක්ස් ගෙවන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඊළඟ අවුරුදු 5 150ක් ටැක්ස් ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. ඊළඟට නොවැම්බර් මාසයේ දැන් කිව්වා වාගේ 130 බද්ද එනවා එක්ස්පෝර්ටර්ස්ලාට. එතකොට මේ කට්ටියට මොකද වෙන්නේ?
applicable වෙන්නේ නැහැ. already sign නේ sir. ඒවට යන්නේ නැහැ.
applicable වෙන්නේ නැහැ. applicable වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට clearly මේ කට්ටියට අනිත් කට්ටියට වඩා ලොකු advantage එකක් එනවා. හරි? එනවා. හැබැයි මේ කම්පැනි දෙක පිළිබඳව අපිට කිසිම ගැටලුවක් නැහැ. මේවා fly by night කම්පැනි නෙමෙයි. HCL කියන්නේ ලෝකේ ඉහළම කම්පැනි, ජෝන් කීල්ස් කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ ප්‍රධානම කම්පැනි. හරි, අපිට මේ කම්පැනි වල නෙමෙයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. ආයෝජකයාගේ පැත්තේ නෙමෙයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ රජයේ. ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ භාණ්ඩාගාරේ. ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ BOI එකේ. ඔබතුමාලා අපිට කියන්න ඕනේ කොස්ට් එක මොකක්ද කියලා මේකේ. දැන් නැවතත් මං අහන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගාව මේකේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් ප්‍රොපෝසල් එක නැද්ද?
තියෙන ප්‍රොපෝසල් එකක් තියෙනවා අපිට. ඒ ඔරිජිනල් ප්‍රොපෝසල් එක.
තියෙනවා සර්.
ඒ ප්‍රොපෝසල් එකේ අවුරුදු 12කට මේ එස්ටිමේට් කරලා තියෙන ප්‍රොෆිට් එක මොකක්ද?
සර් 12කට ફોકસ කළා නෑ සර්.
ඇයි එහෙනම් 12කට ඉල්ලන්නේ? ඇයි 17කට ඉල්ලන්නේ?
සර් දැන් මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක දැනටත් section 17 approve කරලා තියෙන්නේ.
අපිට
We are not
හැමදාම
approved.
ඕකනේ
They may have
කියන්නේ.
somebody may have approved something else, but you are coming in front of this committee asking this tax relief. We haven't approved yet as for the chairman and this committee. So you got to.
ඉල්ලන බෙනිෆිට් එක ඒ කාලේ quantify කරන්න එපා මෙච්චර. අපි ඇයි දෙන්නේ මේක?
The media will remove our underpants.
Yeah.
Saying that we have been sitting here with our ties and all those things and we have approved a company because all of us got bribed from John Kales or this company. And that time nobody will. And the houses will be burnt. Our houses will be burnt. My house was burnt in 1983. Still I am living on rent. Second time also it will be burnt. So I'm not coming here for this sitting in this committee
No,
to approve all that.
Honorable member, let us not be so dramatic about
Yeah.
this, because this is an official matter, and we don't expect anyone's houses to be burned hereafter, but that's, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So,
No.
no,
see,
Honorable Chairman, if I may say a few more words, I think you need to allow me to do that.
Yes, I will.
I am a new chairman here,
Yes.
and I recognize these issues immediately.
Yes.
But I never had the time to make these policies changes at the moment. And I recognize, I think this minister, I think mentioned immediately, we should have certain thresholds. So we are not making any kind of a favoritism to anyone. We basically depend on, if you bring 10 million, this is what your tax write-off. I mean, these are the policies we have to be in place. But for the 43 years, BOI never made any money. BOI basically made 500 million, they brought it into the country. This is the first time that I am introducing a strategic plan to bring 1 billion this year. With this, all these difficulties, already we bypass 500 million. So I am the very first one to do it. So there are need time to change these policies. I recognize the issues here, and they never had done it in the previously. So blaming I think on this issue, I think is very unfair. Yeah. But what I am trying to do is, I think I recognize the issues here now, and next time I'll come up with the numbers, what's the loss.
මෙහෙමයි දැන් ධම්මික පෙරරා BOI එකේ සභාපති ඉන්නකොට යුද්ධයෙන් පස්සේ කිව්වා අවුරුද්දට බිලියන් 5ක් ගේනවා කියලා. ඔබතුමා වගේම ප්ලෑන් එකක් හදලා මෙතනට ගෙනල්ලා කිව්වා. අපි පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ කාලයක් තිස්සේ හිටියානේ. අපි අද මෙතනට පාත්තු නැහනේ. හරි එතකොට ඒ බිලියන් 5 අවුරුද්දට ගේන ප්ලෑන් එකකුත් හැදුවා. BOI එකේ තියෙනවනේ ඇතිනේ ප්ලෑන් 2000 කීයද මන් දන්නේ 10ද කොහෙද 11ද කොහෙද.
But you can look at their track record. I think you can look at my track record since I've been here since 2004 on and off coming into the country to help.
Yes.
And mine is always successful track record. That's why I'm here even today working as a BOI and also in charge of ports.
No, Mr. Edrisuriya, we have no issues about your track record or your capabilities. I'm sure you are excellent in what you do, and we appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Keep that aside. We are asking a simple question.
I know my staff
what
had
is the
failed
cost?
and
What is the benefit? How many years have you been, Mr. Chairman?
With BOI, well, I was State Engineering Corporation Chairman in 2006.
BOI?
BOI only like not even 7 months, I think.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
it is.
Plenty of time to decide.
No, plenty of time.
Investment promotions could be.
Well, 3.5 months, there was nothing. I mean, Aragale and all that. There are so many issues, I think,
No,
with the staffing.
these
and
are
all
all irrelevant, Honorable,
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Honorable
obviously,
Minister, MP, this is irrelevant. No, because is there anyone here? Is there anyone here in the BOI and the Finance Ministry who can give us the answer? How much of tax exemptions are you asking for from this committee? What is the amount? Is it 500 million? Is it 200 million? Is it 1 billion? How much? How much do you want us to approve?
සර් අපි දැන් මෙතෙන්ට ඇවිල්ලා මේ අහනකම් අපි දන්නේ නැහැ ලබන මාසේ ඉඳන් ටැක්ස් ගහනවා 30% කියලා. ඒ අපි අර zero base කියන හිතාගෙන තමයි අපි ගියේ. අපි දැන්
ඕගොල්ලෝ
30%
BOI එකේ මොනවද කරන්නේ එහෙමනම්?
සර්
ඕගොල්ලෝ ගිහිල්ලා ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් ගේනවා නම් ඕගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ නැද්ද මේ ආණ්ඩුව ගහන්න යනවා කියලා එක්ස්පෝර්ට් එකට 130ක් ටැක්ස් එනවා මාසෙ ඉඳලා.
ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉන්වෙස්ටර්ස් ලා ගෙනාවනම් බය වෙලා දුවන්නේ. මේක දැනගත්තා. I mean, not knowing what's going to happen in this country, if you invite investors.
So if figures calculate submit
හරි අපි කියමුකෝ I will give you the benefit of doubt that you didn't know. ඔබතුමා දැනගෙන හිටියේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මෙතනට එන්න කලින් හිතුවේ නැද්ද මෙච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් මේ ටැක්ස් දැන් මෙහෙමනම් ඉන්කම් ටැක්ස් එක 0 නම් මොන ඇයි එහෙනම් අපෙන් ඉන්කම් ටැක්ස් එක වේව් කරන්න ඉල්ලන්නේ?
සර් දැන් මේ කම්පැනි එක අර ඉකොනොමික් ස්ටැබිලිටි එක බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන හින්දා තමයි මේ කාලේ ඉල්ලන්නේ සර්.
ඉතින් බිඳුව නම් මොනවටද තව ඉල්ලන්නේ? බිඳුව කොහොමද අපි අඩු කරන්නේ?
සර් ඉස්සරහට වෙනස් වුණොත්
එහෙනම් බිඳුව පවත්වාගෙන යනවා නම් ඕගොල්ලෝ උපකල්පනය කරලා කියන්න එපායි. 1 වුණොත් මෙච්චරක් ලොස්, 5 වුණොත් මෙච්චරක් ලොස්, 10 වුණොත් මෙච්චරක් ලොස්, 30 වුණොත් මෙච්චරක් ලොස්, 40 වුණොත් මෙච්චරක් ලොස්. එහෙම කියන්න එපායි. කොහොම මේකේ ඇනලිසිස් එක?
ගණන් වෙනුන් තියෙන්න බෑ කියන අවුරුදු 12කටයි තව 5කටයි ඉල්ලනවා නම් කියන මොකක් හරි ප්ලෑන් එකක් ඇතුවනේ 12ක් ඉල්ලන්නේ නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකක් හරි ස්ටේබල් වෙනකන් හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එක කවර් කර මොකක් හරි දෙයක් තියෙන්න බෑ. ඒ ප්‍රොපෝසල් එකේ තියෙන්න බෑ.
සභාපතිතුමා දැන් මේ කරු සභාපතිතුමා so as far as we realize that projection is not there no? So and we all admit that we need this investment also. So shall we give them some time?
I second that, Chairman.
And to so that we can you all can present it to us.
Yeah.
So now
Because
the problem is this is slated to debate tomorrow. And pass tomorrow. I mean, I
So
asked
is
the
it
chairman of the මම කියන්න මේක මෙහෙම කරන්න බෑ. හරි මේක හැමදාම මේක කරනවා. අන්තිම දවසට ඇවිල්ලා කියන්නේ හෙට අපිට මේක දාන්න තියෙනවා. මේක කරුණා කරලා අද අපිට සම්මත කරලා දෙන්න. සම්මත කරන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා දන්නෙත් නැහැ. ගේන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා දන්නෙත් නැහැ. කොච්චර බදු අඩු වෙනවද කියලා දන්නෙත් නැහැ. එහෙම කරලා කොහොමද අපි මේ මුදල් කාර්ක සභාව හැටියට මේක සම්මත කරන්නේ? මට මෙතන ඉන්න එක ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් හෝ මන්ත්‍රීවරියක් කියනවාද මේක සම්මත කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපිට?
අපිට ගම්වල යන්න ඕන මිනිස්සුත් එක්ක ඉන්න ඕන. මේ මිනිස්සු අමාරුවෙන් ඉන්න වෙලාවේ ඔය වගේ දේවල්වලට උත්තර නැති දේවල්වලට මේ රට මෙතෙන්ට ගෙනාවේ ඕවා කළානේ. කරුණා කළා අපිට නම් බෑ මෙතන ඒවට උත්සන්න.
So now who's responsible,
come ready.
Honorable Chair, for bringing or giving sending this to this committee this late?
මම නියෝජ්‍ය ලේකම්තුමා මම මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශයට ලියලා ඇරියා මීට පස්සේ විශ්ලේෂණයක් නැතුව මෙතනට කොළ කෑලි යවන්න එපයි කියලා. විශ්ලේෂණයක් නැතුව කොළ කෑලි එවුවොත් අපි ඒක සම්මත කරන්න සූදානම් නැහැ. මොකද අපිට බෑ තවදුරටත් ජනතාවගෙන් බැනුම් අහන්න. අපි ජනතාව we have failed the people.
මේක ඩිලේ වෙලා අපිට එනවා ඇත්තේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු ක්‍රමවේදයේත් මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. මම මේ කියන්නේ කාටවත් දොස් කියනව නෙමෙයි. නමුත් එහෙමත් ඇති මෙතෙන්ට එන්න ගිය කාලේ ඒකත් සලකලා බලලා අපි මොන හරි මේ ස්ටාෆ් එකට වෙලාවක් දුන්නොත් හොඳයි කියලා මම හිතනවා මේ නේද? අපිට ආවේ කොයි වෙලාවද අනුව අපෙත් පැත්තෙනුත් මේ පැත්තෙනුත්
තමයි පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ
ප්‍රසන්ට් කළේ.
Expecting them to pass it on the 2nd of, so not even 2 weeks.
මේ කවදද මේවා ආවේ?
දැන් අපිට ડોකියුමන්ට්
මේවා ආවේ
එකක්
කවදද? අදද?
It was gazetted.
කවදද ආවේ? last Friday ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් Friday නම් මිනිස්ට්‍රි එකෙන් එවන්නේ. අද Monday. මට මේ සමාජිකයෝ කතා කරන්න බෑනේ ඉරිදාට. ඔය අනිත් එක අපේ සමාජිකයෝ තමන්ගේ മന്ത്രി ආසන වලට යනවා. එතකොට අපි මේවා සාකච්ඡා කරන්නේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු සතියේ. අද පාර්ලිමේන්තුව තියෙන දවසක් නෙමෙයි. ඒත් අපි සමාජිකයන්ට කතා කරා. ඔවුන් ආවා. සවුන්දා සාමාන්‍ය පාර්ලිමේන්තු දවසක් නෙමෙයි. අපි ආවේ ඔබතුමාලාගේ මේක සම්මත කරන්නම තමයි.
නේද ડોකියුමන්ට් එකක් විදිහට අදහවසට ඔබතුමාලාගෙන් හදලා අපිට ගෙන්න ගත්තොත් සභාපතිතුමා
මම කියන්න අපිට තව කාරණා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඔබලාට අපි විනාඩි 30ක් දෙන්නද? We'll all just go and
Yeah,
go.
we can. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can make some assumptions or make some calls and probably get back to you.
Yeah.
And get a fax,
Fair
maybe
enough.
a fax or email here.
Yeah.
We can answer that
We can
question,
give you
yes.
an office to work in. කොහෙටද මේ කට්ටිය ගිහිලා they can go to the library. There is the room there.
Yeah,
They can.
We can probably yes do that. Yes.
So how do we do this?
Yeah, we are ready. I think let me make a call and find out their revenues. They probably already calculated like you earlier mentioned. So I can at least get that, or if not, we'll make some projections. At least let you know.
Are your people on Zoom? The officials must be at work now.
They are working, but I don't think they are on Zoom at the moment for this particular one. This is all my staff here. I brought them in. Those who are normally.
Yeah. But so if all the staff is here, then who is going to calculate it?
Well, obviously I am an engineer and I myself, will be able to help them out.
You can't assume what HCL's profits are going to be.
No, we are going to call them and find out. They probably have some projections, and then we'll with those projections we'll calculate.
ඔබතුමා මොකද්ද කියන්නේ මෙතන? දැන් මෙතනට ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා HCL එකට කෝල් එකක් දීලා අහනවලු ඊළඟ අවුරුදු 12 ප්‍රොෆිට් එක මොකද්ද කියලා.
Because we have representatives here. We have representatives. They have ongoing office here. I have
I want to
believe
see,
me, I
okay.
have no idea. I think, this was presented to the previous chairman. I
It
am bringing it 2
doesn't
days
matter whether
before.
previous ඒක අදාළ නෑ. අපිට අදාළ ඔබතුමාගේ තනතුර විතරයි. ඔබතුමාගේ නම නෙමෙයි තනතුරයි අදාළ. ඔබතුමා තමයි
Understand.
සභාපති. කරුණාකරලා අපිට දෙන්නකෝ මේකේ ડોකියුමන්ට් එක. කො HCL එක දීපු ડોකියුමන්ට් එක. අපිට පෙන්න.
We have document.
Where is the project proposal? Send it to us. We will give you half an hour and you can come back. I don't know. You all can go outside and work on it and come back. Is that okay?
Yeah, that will
I
be
will
fine.
take the next one.
What was, is that the same thing with BOI? Next project?
Next one is no. We will hold that, Mr. Chairman.
Uh-huh.
There is something else that we need to discuss with the finance ministry. So you take half an hour, come back, please.
Sure.
You all can go to committee room number 6. We will arrange committee room number 6 on the other side. Shall we start, Mr. Chairman? No.
I think we already got it WhatsApp and they are not going to print out for us.
Sorry about that, but yeah, I think he wants to explain something.
Yes.
Yes, actually, sir, this project there is another benefit as well for us.
Yeah.
At the moment, they are employed more than 1,700 Sri Lankans. At the moment, actually, they have reinvested their profit as well up to US dollar 22 million. Even though 10 million cap for the investment, they reinvested up to 22 million. And when you calculate it about the salary, they used to give 200,000 per person. If you calculate about 1,700, there's a huge amount of money month. They give it to the Sri Lankan people.
No, see, we don't want you to say huge amount of money. You know what it is?
Yeah.
This is an analytical exercise,
yes,
no?
yes.
You are asking us to give you a tax break for 17 years.
It's about
Yeah,
1 billion for the 1 month actually.
You can't say no 1 billion for 1 month. I mean, calculate these things.
calculated, you
I mean, surely you can do a net present value of the benefit, no?
Yes.
And you know what the cost is,
Yes.
right? From the government's treasury's point of view, because this house has full control of finance, right? And if it is positive, then I don't see any reason why not. But you all will have to sort out with the new tax regime, how you are going to balance all this. Yes. That's another matter. It's not for us, because we are not a policy making body. You know, we are just a check and balance body. So just because you bring it, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, I understand.
there is no compulsion for us to approve it. And we are just being nice, right? I mean, we could have said go away and come back later. Not take it up tomorrow. We can say we push it back for another 2 weeks. Then the government will be in distress, because tomorrow they are going to debate this, and they probably have given undertakings to HCL and John Keels. So we don't want to be saboteurs here. Please do understand that.
Yes, yes.
Flagship company in the country,
Yes, yes.
and then also doing business index, and all that will be kind of impaired and discolored now with this kind of. All what we need is a rational process where we can say, we can stand behind our decision and say, now your projection is 5,325 jobs by, I think there is an error there, no? See the column, you say first, second, third column, you say 5 years, 2424 jobs.
Yes,
And 29, how can it be 3 years? That's 8 years, I think. From the 21 is 8 years. So there is a typo, I think. And then it's another 10 years. Anyway, 5325 jobs you are expecting. So that's your projection. And I think IT sector, if you take average salary 150,200 and the annual income, Sri Lankan rupee circulation is high. I mean, that we can understand. I mean, it's about 9 billion by that time per annum. The salaries will be given to local families. So that's a good thing. But I don't know. I mean, it's a projection, 5,000 jobs. Now, I know being State Minister for Higher Education, we produce 17,000 IT graduates, 5,000 from state universities and 12,000 from other degree granting institutes in Sri Lanka. But still, we can't supply. India needs 38,000, just got a letter. 38,000 graduates they are asking. So this IT sector is growing. So it's true. Right now it's our fifth income, 1.5 billion. So we want to replace.
I don't know whether that number is right.
Now I know, my Professor Karunaratne told me there are 3 lies in the world. Lies, damn lies and statistics. Right, so I am going by.
Right, are we ready,
Are we ready?
Mr. Chairman?
Not yet. Are you going? Where?
Mr. Chairman, we also recognize that it's a lot of pressure and that you have to perform under. But at the same time, this committee also needs to do its job. And before the bill is presented or passed in Parliament, it is the recommendation of the Public Finance Committee that allows that process to go ahead. So
No, I totally understand. If I would be in your position, I think I'll be asking the same thing. So here I failed. I guess, I got this thing couple of days before, and I am not the person who really processed this application from the beginning, you see. But again, Dr. Harsha said, still you have to have answers for it. I understand that.
I also must make note of your officials have been in this position
Yeah,
before. They
I
should
know.
have-
That's why there's a failure, I think. I can see that immediately. They are very not professional enough to get the numbers very quickly. They should have it. This is why it's a processy thing. I've been in Sri Lanka many times, by getting them done, it's very difficult to train them. Their thinking is very limited, you see. They just do their job and just they move on. But I had to ask the right questions to, get their answers. But here, it just weekend came up and I just didn't have the time to prepare for this. But this morning I prepared and, got some numbers. I thought basically without the numbers I will be able to defend the argument with the employment and so forth. But obviously this is a good question you raised, I think. What's the loss to the government, basically? No, I don't have an issue.
While we wait, what are your projections for the investments, Mr. Chairman?
For BOI, basically we are expecting 2.2 billion. That's what our projections were. At least then we realize at least $1 billion worth of investment.
You also said you are at the port city.
Yes,
Now today there was a news item and somebody asked me in a press conference also yesterday about the interest in investment in the port city. How
Yes.
is the interest in investment in the port city?
Well, I've been doing a little bit of marketing as per the request by the Gotabaya Rajapaksa. And now the commission came along. Commission this time, they said, they asked me to come and see them, and they didn't want me to do the marketing. It's not that I have any interest on marketing. Mr. Rajapaksa asked me to provide a public awareness program to educate the people. On top of that, any investor who contacts us, give them the information. So I managed to get 2 plots. That's one is the school site, international school site, and also the hospital. In fact, we have 2 applicants for the hospital. One was the Mayo Clinic, and the other one was the Cleveland Clinic in America. That was through Jim Nicholson. There was a Republican politician, well known in the Bush administration. He had contacts with us, and he sits in the board of the Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah, but those are of the state plots. No, I mean, I used to be the chairman of the steering committee when the policy was done. And we undertook a very large search. And at that time, what is that famous hospital in Singapore? Mount Elizabeth.
Mount Elizabeth, but this is, I think, Chairman, all due respect, I think I had to interfere. These are way above it, I think. If you were to get the Cleveland Clinic or...
No, that's fine.
That's what I was targeting for, because we want to have the best of the best here.
Yeah, whether that can happen, I don't know. I mean, I remember sitting with, who was his prince, King Charles's brother who came for the Independence Day celebration. Sarah Ferguson, married to Sarah Ferguson.
Okay, brother maybe.
Who are the prince? Andrew. He came in Sri Lanka, and then we had actually had a list of about 5 or 6 UK schools. Schools going back to, like the 18th century, some 17th century even. And we had a list of schools who are interested in establishing themselves here. Sort of under licensing or whatever. So those who are also progressing, I don't know what has happened. Anyway, since the document is here, we'll get back to the discussion. Yes, please go ahead.
Again,
අපිට තියෙනවද මොකක් හරි ඩොකියුමන්ට් එකක්?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Company.
So they,
ටේබල් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද ඒක?
Yes.
so they have sent the profit projection only, sir.
They have given sent profit projections and we calculate it.
Can you make some copies to pass?
No, ඒක නෑ just bring it. We are running out of time. We have several other things to attend to. හරි. හරි කියන්න. මේ මොකද්ද මේ?
This is only the profit, sir. We have to calculate it.
This is what I'm saying.
This is embarrassing, huh?
I'm sorry, yes.
This is embarrassing. This is certainly not how to run a board of investment. Yes.
Yeah, yes, yes. You should have asked in the beginning more copies, 5-6 copies. I think we may not be able to get the answers, sir, so but I know it's going to be debated tomorrow at
No,
the
we will
Parliament.
not debate it unless we have an answer.
Okay.
I'm going to be firm on that. You better explain to your minister. Who is the Prime Minister or President?
Then I think we have Amanugama, is our Deputy Minister. He's
You
there.
are telling. I mean, I certainly can't. None of the members are willing to.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave you
Yes.
1 hour now, 1.5 hours.
Yes.
Yes.
Between
Go ahead.
point. Yes.
You have some.
Yeah. And at 4.
Sir, according to what they have sent, around 23 million rupees.
Dollars? No, $23 million for the 10 years for the loss of the government. If we calculate about 30%.
$23 million the government will forego if you give all these holidays. Is that what you're saying?
They have given only 10 years for the 10 years.
But they are asking for 17 years. No, what we want is 17 years.
They have given only the projection 10 years.
So what is your job, Honorable? I'm asking. They are giving you and you are passing it to me and I am supposed to accept it. So who is making who's fool here? I'm sorry. At least I have to respect my teachers. That I have to ask some pertinent questions here.
You know, Mr. Chairman,
This is unbelievable.
Mr. Honorable Member, let me tell you, this is embarrassing. You are embarrassing yourselves.
Beyond embarrassing. No? What is
You are embarrassing this committee. You are embarrassing the government. You are
And
embarrassing the investor.
you
You are
have
embarrassing HCL. Let me finish.
You have
please.
already embarrassed the government.
Let me, Mr. Member. You are embarrassing John Keel's holdings. You are embarrassing everyone. You are coming here and asking for a massive tax break for 17 years. You are asking for 17-year tax break. You are asking for 5-year exemption for employee income tax, which is going to be 36%. You are asking for 12 years exemption for all dividend tax. You are asking for 12 years of all project-related items. You are asking for exemptions on VAT. You are asking for exemptions on port and aviation levy. You are asking for exemption on customs duty. You are asking for exemptions on cess. You are asking for a lot of things. And you are telling me the investor send you a WhatsApp message saying that they may give you a tax, the estimated loss is 23 million. First you said rupees, then you said dollars.
And then for 10 years.
And for 10 years. This is not acceptable. I am sorry to sit here in this chair. What is the word for embarrassment? ලැජ්ජා සහගතයි. ලංකාවේ ප්‍රධාන ආයතනය. ඔබලා අපෙන් ඉල්ලනවා අවුරුදු 17ක බදු විරාමයක්. ඔබලා දන්නේ කොච්චර විරාමයක්ද ඉල්ලන්නේ?
ඒ මිනිහට ප්‍රාදේශීය සභාවේ අප්‍රූවල් එක දෙන්නත් ඔහොම ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපේ තියෙන මේ BOI එක, if this is how you have conducted yourself with top company, this is a 500.
We are meeting at
We don't have time. We don't have time unless you can.
You better have to explain to HCL and John Keels and your minister that the committee is not willing to do this. How can the committee do this? You put yourself in my shoes. Can you approve?
No, I can't approve, yes. So I'm trying to think maybe if you try to manage to work overnight and if you get a reasonable report for you tonight, tomorrow morning.
Where is the secretary? Ask secretary to come. Where is Indira?
Would that be something that we can work with? We
9:30. 10. 5, yeah.
If we can get a reasonable report for you by morning.
No, Parliament starts at 9:30. I have to present the coal procurement matter at 9:30. So you people better be here at 8:30 and we'll walk in whenever we can. And you all better be here at 8:30.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do our best, I guess.
If you do that, you can present to chairman. He can write what's up so that we know what we are going to talk tomorrow morning.
No, I mean you can't do it like that.
Yeah, right
no.
now you can't.
මේක මෙහෙම කරන්න බෑනේ. මෙහෙම රටක් දුවන්න පුළුවන්ද සභාපතිතුමා?
I know.
මේක රටක්නේ. මේක තේ කඩයක්ද?
තේ කඩේකුත් මෙහෙම බෑ. We are dealing with top 500 companies.
I mean, it's pathetic.
Who was the chairman at that time?
Oh, there are several other chairmen were there, so I have no idea. I think Mohattal was the chairman, I think, that time, yes.
එහෙම ඒ මිනිස්සුන්ට මේක ආතන්න එපා.
No, I'm not. Yeah, that's I'm taking the responsibility here. That's why I said I'm sorry and I'll do my best.
No, they must have projected all these, and these are fundamental documents, nේද? මේ
Yeah, well, they are
tax benefit එක ඉන්නකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ මොනවද ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් කරලා කියන්නේ නැතිනේ මේ නිසා තමයි ඉල්ලන්නේ කියන්නේ.
නෑ ඒගොල්ලන් කියන්නේ ඉතින් employment එක තමයි වැඩි හරියක්. 5000 employment people are employed කියලා. ඔය වගේම තමයි ඒගොල්ලන් කියන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලන් කියන්නේ නෑ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ
බල ඒ 5000 employment එකත් එහෙමනම් 1000ක් ගෙනාවොත් මෙච්චරයි 2000ක් ගෙනාවොත් මෙච්චරයි කියලා එහෙම නැත්නම් 5000ක් කියලා 1700 නැවතුනොත් එහෙම
IT sector එකේ
බලන්න ඕනේ.
එතකොට අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් yeah we'll reduce something කියලා. ඒ වගේ තියෙන්න ඕන conditions වල.
And then IT sector by another 12 years 5000 is nothing. Right now I need 45000 to India. Chennai had contacted me and asked give us your workers 45000 IT people.
No, so this is my decision. That you should feel very, very ashamed of yourselves, because this is not professional. This is not how to conduct official business. And you had no right to come here and waste our time without knowing what you are asking for. I've been in Parliament and sitting in committees for the last 12 years. This is the first time something like this has happened. That the basic piece of information has not been brought to the committee. But given the importance of this investment, because it is coming from John Keels, and I'll be quite honest with you, because the respect that we have for this company and for HCL, we are going to make this exception that you will work overnight if you wish to,
Yeah,
and then you will be summoned here at 8:30 in the morning, and we will come at whatever 9 o'clock when we can. You all better be prepared, and 9 to 9:20 we will meet here, and in that time if you can convince us that you have a legitimate reasoning, this is the cost and this is the benefit, we will approve it. Otherwise, it will have to be held back. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Yes. Thank you.